achieve it, they ain't wanna see the boy reach greatness. So, oh no, straight from the bottom and I made it to the top. Gotta win every day, so I take it. Yeah.
Ron, what legacy do you want to leave?
Oof. When I think about legacy, I think about building a community.
If we have a vision for our lives, if we know what we want to create as a legacy, the first pillar of wealth is about becoming your best self.
Greatness is a mindset. In order to become a grandmaster, you must first be a grandmaster.
What's going on, everybody? You are live in the Hacker Valley studio with your hosts, Ron and Chris.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the show.
I'm so glad to be live here again on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere, even on these ladies' YouTubes. I am so excited to call you two family, to call you two podcast hosts. But before I spoil all the news, Chris, how do we introduce Maria and Gianna?
First, I mean, just like you said, they are family. They have been family since day one. It was so random. We were doing like this little challenge, and Maria reached out and she was like, "Hey, can I take part of the challenge?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Let me know how you do. I'd love to support it." And just after that, she had followed a little bit of stuff that we were doing on the Hacker Valley side. We were trying to become marketers ourselves in some way. And she invited us to be a part of the Cybersecurity Marketing Society. And I'm like, I'm not a marketer, but I'm honored to sit in as an honorary marketing professional. And we were part of the very first Cyber Beers and Tears meetings. And that's where we met Nate and all these incredible marketers that we know today. And they have just shot off into the stratosphere with everything that they're doing. They're hosting this community. They're hosting conferences. They're really taking over the game in cybersecurity marketing. And of course, if they were going to do a podcast, it has to be with us, because if it wasn't, I'd be entirely upset. So yeah, let's kick it over to you all. Just introduce yourselves, where you came from, what you're doing today, and why cybersecurity marketing. Let's start with you, Maria.
Oh boy, Maria Velasquez. I am currently director of demand gen at Faroot Security. I joined my awesome boss, Chris Calling, and the Faroot Security team to build an awesome product tackling client-side security. It's actually week 3 for me at my new job, and it's been so exciting so far. Thank you. I've spent a few years in cybersecurity marketing, and I think as a marketer, it's probably the most fun, most interesting, and most challenging market to be a marketer in. We have to build a lot of trust before our marketing can actually work with our audience. And yeah, it keeps you going and keeps your brain muscles stretching every day, trying to figure out new ideas, staying creative, and staying innovative.
All right, Gianna.
Yeah, so I am also a professional in cybersecurity marketing. So I'm the VP of marketing at a company called Votiro, which is in the content disarm and reconstruction space, an emerging space. You got everyone who's listening who's in security should absolutely check us out at Votiro.com. Although this is not what this is for. So Maria and I met, like years ago now. She had interviewed for a position that was at my company. And although it wasn't a fit for like where we were, we became friends. And I know Maria is like an amazing person at MOPS and marketing automation. So I would always call her and ask her like questions about HubSpot and things like that. We kind of just chat back and forth like, hey, what do you see in the market? What's going on? In our first meeting, it grew into a friendship. And at a certain point, it was around March 2020, like right at the beginning of the pandemic, we were both just chatting on the phone and we thought, hey, why don't we take what we have, which is this like peer-to-peer sort of mentorship thing, this like friendship, this like helping each other thing, and why don't we try and formalize it and bring it to more people? And that's how we started the Cybersecurity Marketing Society. which is a private community for cybersecurity marketers, and it included you too. I think you guys are like one of our first like 10 to 20 people in our group, and now it's grown to over 900 members and cybersecurity marketers from around the world. And we're so pleased to be able to, with you guys' help and with Hacker Valley, launch this exciting new podcast where we ask cybersecurity marketers to share their stories, their pains, I don't want to say their fears, their successes, their challenges, and help overall the cybersecurity marketing industry get better and better.
Love that. So what was the starting point? I know, we've been talking to you all a lot about, starting a podcast. We thought it would be an awesome idea. But what was it between the two of you that, finally made you come together and say, we've built this awesome community. We're going to start a podcast now to help spread that word?
Well, I think selfishly, we wanted to hear from other cybersecurity marketers on their best strategies so we can steal them. Not really. Really, it's so rewarding having a platform and a stage. And thank you both so much for giving us that opportunity and helping us from literally day one to connect with other marketers and hear their stories and be able to share their stories as well. It's really all about just coming together as a community, figuring out how do we do this thing called marketing in cybersecurity, and really just understanding how to make it more noisy, but make it more useful, helpful, and just educational all around.
I'd add too that we're having these conversations, with other marketers, just like me and Maria talk. I talk to other people all the time who are in cybersecurity marketing, and we have really interesting conversations about all sorts of topics, from like ABM to communities to all sorts of things. So why not formalize that too in a podcast? I mean, it'll help more people. And podcasts are really fun to listen to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So to get everyone even more excited, because I'm already excited. I've been listening to the episodes, but I have, early release to them. Yep. But I thought it would only be right to share with the world a small little video that really kind of can get you excited about what's to come. So I'm going to play that now.
Wait, do I need to?
Hello.
We're Gianna Whitver
and Maria Velasquez, your hosts for the brand new Breaking Through in Cybersecurity Marketing podcast.
A podcast produced by the Cybersecurity Marketing Society
and Hacker Valley Media.
In this show, we're going to hear from cybersecurity marketers who will share their ideas, their successes,
and failures,
so that you, too, can become a better cybersecurity marketer. Join us every week with a brand new episode.
Guaranteed to knock your socks off. Get it? Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Have any crazy good cybersecurity marketing strategies, tactics, or stories? Hit us up at podcast@hackervalley.com. We'd love to have you on.
Woo, I got chills. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. I didn't expect to see that. That was amazing.
That was really nice. I was reaching for my tissues. Like,
Me too. I was like, oh no. I'm going to turn on red.
It's so incredible. Everyone, please be sure you check out. We have 2 episodes up of this show up already. So wherever you listen to podcasts, be sure to subscribe. It is going to knock your socks off, as Maria said.
No pun intended.
What does that mean for you all? Just to see go through the process of launching a show, go through the process of finding your voice, finding the flavor of what it is, and to see it brought to fruition, the trailer, the episodes. Like, how does that feel for you? Let's start with you, Gianna.
It's absolutely amazing. And again, it's all thanks to Hacker Valley, because you guys do most of the work. And we just talk into a nice microphone that we both bought. Heads up, the audio quality gets better over time. It's better than this. So it feels really amazing. It's like we really put in a ton of effort. So finding guests, doing the work of making sure we had the right equipment, making sure that we're talking about things that are relevant. And then, of course, podcast interviewing takes like hours and hours and hours. And then there's the editing process and the like sending revisions, and there's all of that. So it's really, I think we've been working on this for like 3-4 months now, and it feels really amazing to finally see it live.
Yeah, I mean, it's humbling. I think as an immigrant and probably one of the first in my family to be kind of doing this multimedia marketing thing and speaking out and going on YouTube lives, I think it's a big proud moment. Of course, I was sending my entire family the link to join. They probably think I'm famous, and they think they'll see me on CNN later, but it's not like that.
They will.
Years.
I'm Maria's family.
I know, right?
But yeah, it's really humbling. I think just hard work. I know it's cliche, but hard work really does pay. But most importantly, having amazing people with you along the journey that will support you and just love who you are and love what you're all about and what you stand for is even better. So even podcast or no podcast, community or no community, just having the right kind of support system is really awesome. So thank you both.
So you said that you wanted to, start this podcast to learn from other marketers, to use some of their tricks to your own advantage. What are some of the things that you've learned already? You've done quite a few episodes. We have 2 released on the platforms already, but what have been the things that you've been most surprised about just getting started with this journey? Let's start with you, Maria.
Oh, what I actually thought was really, really interesting and innovative is that the aspect of community is really growing within cybersecurity vendors. And so it is kind of a really nice and authentic way to build their business, but putting that helping hand first to security practitioners and saying, hey, by the way, we're solving this in security, but first we're going to build a community to bring you all together to help us solve it together and kind of be on that journey. And I think that, to me, is the best way to sell or market a product, is not to sell or market the product, is to just, lead with the help and with empathy first. And so I heard that idea from a few, and I think it's really interesting. Very, very, very good.
Love that.
I take away something different from every conversation. And what's great about the podcast is that we're interviewing people across different disciplines. So we're interviewing like Samuel Tyler from Bug Crowd, and he's in like creative, and design and things like that, like brand stuff, which is not something that if you're focusing on, for example, like product marketing, you're not really maybe, involved in that all the time. And we interviewed Tyler Shields, who's the CMO of Jupiter One, and he has a completely different perspective. And then we interviewed Joanna Jones, who does market research for a living. And focuses on market research for cybersecurity products. So every single conversation, I kind of pull something different, and I don't really want to give any away because I want you guys to listen. But like Maria said, we did, I think one of our highlight conversations and learning experiences in the podcasts that are available now for you to listen to today is a lot of conversation about community and how to build authentic community.
Yeah. That's one of my secrets behind podcasting is you get to just absorb all this great knowledge from all these people. And that's a perfect excuse, right? It's not just a weird conversation with somebody just off the street. You're inviting them to a podcast, and now you can use that as an excuse to ask those probing questions, ask those deep questions. And you're 100% right about the community aspect as well. When you think about cybersecurity practitioners, we are pretty skeptical about a lot of things. And the only way you can build that trust is by inviting them into a community or being a part of the community. And I think that you both have that in spades, and seeing what you've built with the Cybersecurity Marketing Society. It's really incredible. Just that everyone is trying to help everyone. And what's so interesting about that is that on the grand scheme, there might be some competitors in there, but all the cybersecurity marketers come together. Like, how do we just do this better? And I think that's one of the most beautiful aspects. When you even take a step back or take a step away from the podcast itself, when you look at the community that you've built, like, how does that make you feel just to see everyone helping each other in that way?
I mean, I think there's this great term that I love, co-opetition, right? Which is cooperating with your competitors, because all in all, what we are doing at the society is we're trying to make cybersecurity marketing better. It doesn't matter if you're my competitor or you're my, a partner, or you're just another solution that I don't integrate with at all. And it doesn't matter to me from like a technology perspective. But we're trying to raise the standard for cybersecurity marketing and make everything better for everybody. And we have built a really, and like, honestly, in the group too, like people become friends, like that's something else. Like we've had people who are now like really good friends and have built like mentorship relationships and professional relationships and have hired other people. So even if you're at competitive companies, even if you're not in the same space, there's a reason to be connected to the broader ecosystem of other cybersecurity marketers.
Anything to add to that, Maria?
No, I mean, Gianna said it perfectly. I think we started off as a small family, and now it's just a crazy big family. And we can't wait to be able to see a lot of people in person. We're trying to do that this year with our annual conference. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. If not, we'll meet each other at the leading cybersecurity events. It's amazing. I can't believe we're on this journey, and I can't wait to see what it does.
The best part is there is over 900 people in your Slack community alone, not including social media and all the platforms, even the podcast that you're about to create a huge following with. But when I first got started in cybersecurity, the marketing was terrible. It was almost like we didn't consider, what works, what doesn't. We were just putting stuff out there, really putting fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the world, and hope, and using that as a hope for, gaining customers, gaining attention. But now I can see with the community that you two are creating and that we've been able to be a part of also, that this whole shift of cybersecurity marketing is changing into something different. It's changing into something that could really be a career, not like I'm just a marketer, but I'm a cybersecurity marketer and I have this great amount of pride to it. I think that's one of the things I've been seeing with the community that you've been building, but also the shift of just cybersecurity marketing as a whole.
Maria, do you want to comment?
No, I'm so overjoyed. I think I'm overwhelmed with excitement. I might start popping out some mom jokes soon if you give me the mic again. So you might as well.
That works.
Parent jokes are great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're so glad to see that, or hear that you said that, Ron, that, it's me and Maria personally who have just raised the whole entire industry up. It sounds like is what you're saying. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I think so. You brought everyone together. I think that's great.
And
everyone is in there.
Yeah, shout out to our other co-founder, Aileen Cosmano.
Yes,
absolutely. She's not with us on this live, but has been amazing since day one, helping us build it all.
Aileen's so great. So you got to give us a little peek into this week, because it really is launch week. Everything is up today for people to enjoy, but you have so many more surprises and things coming out this week. Could you give us a little bit of sneak peek of what people can expect?
We're doing a giveaway, of course, because we wouldn't be doing a giveaway if we weren't, if we're, marketers have to do giveaways. So I think we have a really cool package. So so we want to hear from you first and foremost. We want to hear, all right, listen to the podcast or a snippet of it. Listen to the first couple episodes. Let us know, cybersecurity marketers and others, what you think, because this podcast is almost your podcast. We're building it for the community. Do you let us know improvements that can be made? Do you want to speak on it? If so, you saw the video in the middle, like email podcast@hackervalley.com and submit yourself to be a guest. But yeah, we're doing a giveaway. So we're giving away an Ember mug, a free ticket to Cyber Marketing Con 2020, and a nice branded sweatshirt for people who leave reviews of the podcast. And we're also giving away 10 t-shirts to 10 other people who either leave reviews or subscribe to the podcast. So basically, if you just send us or tag us in something that shows that you left a review or subscribed, it could be on any platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I'm like the only person who uses Podcast Addict. So if you do it on there, that's fine too. And then also, if you share on social, that'll count as another entry into win.
Yes.
Wow. A lot of ways to enter. A lot of ways to enter.
Please
get
help
started.
us this week. Please share as much as you can.
Yeah. Send it to your parents and your family.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mom was like, when can I subscribe? And I was like, wait, hold up.
So now is the time to get it done. So proud of what you have built already. We're seeing all the interviews that you're putting through the pipe, and I tell you, I am beyond proud of what you all have done in such a short amount of time. I'm a fan. I'm going to keep listening to it, but I'm biased. Everyone out there, be sure to check it out. Leave a review, subscribe, follow, and share. That is super, super important that we share, because even if you know a marketer that's outside of cybersecurity, there's still always great nuggets for people to use. So be sure to do that.
We're also trying to recruit more people into cybersecurity because it's a really great industry, everybody. And very rewarding. And the name of the podcast is Breaking Through in Cybersecurity Marketing, because I don't think we mentioned it. I think we got too excited.
Yes, breaking through in cybersecurity marketing. And even if you're a marketer, if you are someone that works in sales, or even a practitioner or technologist, I think that this information that you all have on your podcast is so helpful for how do you explore your personal brand. If you had a conference coming up, how are you going to market that conference and put it in front of the people that are going to ultimately be viewing it? So I think whatever field you're in cybersecurity, whatever faction of cybersecurity you're in, there's so much to gain from the content that you two are putting out.
Fantastic. Any final thoughts from you two as to what people can expect from the show, expect from the society, and expect from you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Maria, some of our guests are spectacular. Like the lineups we have, we have CMOs, we have people in all different aspects of cybersecurity marketing who are going to be on the podcast.
And what we usually like to do is hone in on one particular topic in marketing. So it's super focused, and and on any given episode, you can learn one aspect of marketing, like email marketing, ABM, events marketing. And so we're so excited to share with everyone all this knowledge and all these stories. But it's a fun podcast. It's conversational. It's not boring. Cursing is encouraged. Glass of wine on Friday at 4 p.m. and listen in, because it's bound to be a super, super awesome ride.
And if you want to join the Cybersecurity Marketing Society, just go to our website, cybersecuritymarketingsociety.com. We're growing fast. We do events. We have really interesting, engaging conversations in our group about all sorts of topics, about vendors, about people's recommendations, about hiring, about jobs. And we'd want you to come join the conversation there too.
Absolutely. We'll drop all of those links down in the comments below so everyone can find that really easy. But Ron, kick it over to you.
All right. With that, we really appreciate all the hard work that you ladies have done and the work that is still to come. I think that we're all in for a treat, including yourselves, the things that you'll learn and the things that we'll be able to experience as guests and the audience, and make cybersecurity marketing better together. And with that, we'll close it up. And thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
In order to become a grandmaster, you must first be a grandmaster.
I'ma be hard to replace, 'cause one thing I won't do is let you tell me that